many years I've thought, as I admired Brian as he continually advanced, that maybe someday we'd get back together. And we had such a great time the first time around and at Grand Valley, and I hope that we can do the same thing, and I'm sure we will here at Notre Dame. I think a lot of what I represented as a coach, when you talk about the integrity of our profession and stuff, came from my college coach, Dick Lowry, who is a Hall of Fame coach. But he recruited me out of high school, and I had him at Wayne State University, and his staff really reflected all of those things as a youngster, as a player. And I've tried to stay close to all of those things. As I moved on, kind of interesting, but when I became the head coach at Wayne State University, I spent a bunch of time down at University of Michigan, and Cam Cameron was the offensive coordinator then. Les Miles was the offensive line coach, and I really was diligent in terms of learning offense. When I became a head coach, I wanted to learn more about offense, and that growth there was really tremendous for me during that time. And then I spent some great time down at Ohio State with Fred Pugich at the time, and Fred later went to the NFL and picked up a lot of the things philosophically that we began to do. But I really think that when I left the University of Georgia and went to the NFL with Jack Del Rio and Mike Smith, I think they opened the door to so much more respective to the game and the intellectual part of the game, and so whatever it's been now, 7-8 years. Over the last 7-8 years, the growth in that area, I think, was a good combination for my personality, and probably the most important years for me professionally. I really found that in the NFL, you're just dealing with players that have more experience in the game, so their overall intellect of the game is a little bit different than the college player. And again, it's really based on the experience that they've had. But in both cases, the idea of development, which favors the college player, has always been my desire as a coach. So it doesn't matter that he was a 9-year veteran. I still was trying to work. Might not have been as great a development to develop him into the best player I could on a Sunday.
Your style with players, college players, how would you describe it? Are you loud? Are you laid back? Somewhere in between?
I've always likened coaching, especially college players, similar to raising kids and my own kids. I think that again, high standards and expectations bring about intense moments, and the players will get that with me when it's called for. When it's time to do business, it's time to do business. My expectations are that people are dialed in and focused on the task at hand. But when it's time to have fun, it's time to have fun. And I think you have to do that. And we want to drive them hard, but we really want them to know while we're doing that we care about them. And that's why I kind of relate that to raising our children.